All right, here we go. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We have former cybercriminal, now business manager, Dzmitry Naskavets. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Okay, so we've interviewed a lot of different people over the years, but never any cybercriminals. So this is kind of an interesting story for us. So let's go ahead and start in the very beginning. So you were born in Belarus?
Correct, Belarus. That's a neighbor of Russia.
Right. I myself was born in Russia, well, Ukraine, what used to be Russia at the time. So I could, kind of see where you're coming from in terms of how you were raised. But Belarus actually became independent in 1991 from Russia.
Correct. Soviet
Okay.
Union collapsed and Belarus became its own country with its own president, currency, and language.
Okay. But after they became independent, you had somewhat of a dictator situation happen.
First 3 years, it was wonderful. Bill Clinton came. It was like brand new country. But then the old communist people came in power, and the guy, Alexander Lukashenko, he got as a president in 1994, and he is still president today. And he made a lot of beef with a lot of people, politics-wise. Recently, maybe you heard the story of plane was put down and the journalist was taken from this plane. This is the guy, and he's very aggressive. And like last year, the people tried to protest, like 1 million people went to the streets, but the cops, they start shooting, beating everybody. So the protest lost the game. So the dictator he's still in the game, and he is very friendly with the Russian President Putin. He helps him. So it's a very complicated and difficult situation, and it's very, very difficult to find a happy person in Belarus right now.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so then in 1991, your mom sent you to an English school, and that's where you actually learned to speak English.
Yeah, if you remember maybe from Ukraine, all over the Russian-speaking world, there was so-called special language schools where you study English from the first grade. And I went to school like that in my native city in Belarus. And we had like 6 lessons of English every week. We study British literature. We do translation of New York Times. People from London come to visit us. So it was like very Western-friendly school.
Okay, and then in 2009, you moved to the Czech Republic.
Yes, I moved to Czech Republic because I was dreaming to live in Europe. All my life I had an opportunity, and with my former wife back then, we decided to move, and we were living in Prague.
Okay, so here you are living in Prague, and places like Prague really don't have a lot of money. People aren't making $100,000 a year salaries and so forth. So a lot of people make money however they can. And in your case, you actually started getting into cybercrime.
Yeah, but I started in Belarus before I moved to Czech Republic. I started in 2007, and I had a classmate in college. He was in this underground game of cybercrime since he was 16. And one day he decided me, listen, I need to use your English. And he put me on some projects, if you can say such a nice word, for cybercrime, techniques. And we worked for 3 years together. And it stopped only because I was arrested by the FBI.
Okay, we're going to get to that part of the story a little bit later. But tell me initially your first set of cyber crimes and how they came together and how they worked.
I don't like computers, so my part was linguistic part. So in order to finish a big fraud, for example, you always need to make a phone call, or you need to email, or you need to contact. And for example, if you initiate a wire transfer, which is fake from account of Michael Jackson, right? You need to sound like Michael Jackson. And only person with school like me, can try to sound like Michael Jackson with a nice pronunciation, understanding how American culture works and stuff like that. So my part was the phone calls, emails, and all type of other communications with people, victims or partners or people in this game.
Okay, so you're doing this part in these cyber crimes, and of course, it's illegal.
Yeah, I found out that it's illegal on the second day. When I came to him, he said, listen, it's, the ethical level of attitude to criminal world in Russian-speaking world is lower than in the United States. What is a shock for American person is a smile to a Russian-speaking person. So I understand, but I can give you an example of the first job that was for me. Can you please call the bank and find out the balance on this bank account? And the person gives you the phone number, the name of the person, his social security. And this person who give you this task, he is anonymous. You don't know him. So you don't know it's his account or doesn't. Like everything is made like, it's not like a straightforward crime. Plus, it's a very bad. You sit in Belarus in your kitchen and you calling to United States. So the feeling of the crime is different than if you stab somebody in the street, for example, or if you steal money like in school from locker. You make a phone call via Skype in foreign language to foreign country. But you are right. I found out that it's illegal, but I didn't come to my friend and say, listen, what are you doing? It's illegal. I said, listen, I need to do something in this life, and maybe secretly I can do that. And in the United States, maybe it's insured. They're going to get their money back. So it's not a big deal and there is no extradition. Like that's truthfully how we were thinking about this.